Happy Friday. It's Hippie
Hap-
Chick Live. Hippie Chicks Live. Elle, how you doing today?
I'm great, honey. It's Hippie Chicks Happy Hour. I've got a barrel of margarita here, leftover margarita.
Oh,
I'm gonna
look at
drink it right out of
you.
the barrel.
I am excited for you. I have, well, of course, in my ET glass, I made some homemade pineapple juice and I put honey in it
Ooh,
and seltzer water. So I'm being a good girl tonight because well, I've got clients tomorrow. So
yeah.
this is
Are
happy
you
as
being
I'm gonna get.
Are you being responsible?
Only a little bit. Because I'm smoking the hell out of my weed, so it's okay.
Yay!
And that's all there is to it. Sometimes it's just nice to just.
Regulate that nervous system and
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Speaking of regulating your nervous system, that's been kind of a challenge these days, hasn't it?
girl.
All the crazy energy, and then we're all busy, 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 and everybody's going through their stuff, aren't they?
Yeah. I am busier than I have ever been since leaving my corporate America that sucked all the life out of me job. Now the difference
Yeah.
not sucking the life out of me. I'm just busy and I appreciate it because I'm doing things I enjoy doing creative things.
Oh yeah. Well, now you have the bandwidth to do all of that. Wasn't it just it was a big transformation to go from one environment to the other and then also to find the courage, continued courage and, hone your skills at the same time
Yeah.
and also try to, just live.
Yes, yes. So it's a different kind of, having to pull it all together, but
Yeah.
because the goal is mine and I'm not sitting here trying to bring someone else's vision to life. It means so much more.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I feel the same way with what I'm doing. Plus, we're at a time now where more and more people are turning to what were once considered alternative ways of healing and realizing that these are original ways of healing, right? And because they're tired of the BS they're being sold.
Yeah.
All of the pharmacopoeia and the poor bedside manner is just not helping anybody. It's obvious there are powers that don't want people to really heal,
Yes.
and people are intuiting that hey, that's what's happening. Let's go where it's honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been crazy, but it's one thing when you're out there doing your thing, right? And then the other when you were trying to do your thing.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because we're people too,
We
you know.
are. Yes. Right. That's right, girl.
And I've been just very, very aware, especially in knowing my natal astrology chart, which it really is your blueprint. It's your map that you gave yourself. You
Mhm.
know how to navigate this life. You're going to know where your challenges are. You're going to know what your strengths are. You're going to know, the little maze that you set up for yourself, or the experiences you wanted to have to evolve. And a big part of my chart was it was really a lot about my self esteem. So I've gone through many, many lessons that challenge my self esteem,
Mhm.
and how I've evolved throughout the day or the days, the years, years and years and years. Even when I started off in my family, I had the eldest son. I was the baby, and he was the eldest of four. And he was on the spectrum somewhere, and he liked to pick on me because he got a supply out of it. It made him feel good about himself, I guess. And my mom had a hard time stopping him.
Yeah.
That's a whole other episode. I won't get too
That
deep in
story is girl.
that. That's a
The
whole
moms don't
other
stop them
episode.
boys. Let me
That
tell
could
you.
be a Hippie Chicks episode itself instead of a live thing. But anywho, you know, it, it did a number on my self esteem, and then obviously the men I married added to the juiciness of the lessons that I learned, and I'm not quite done yet because I realize there's still a little bit of part of me that's still kind of scared to look at myself.
Yeah, I feel you, girl. Same.
Right. So, all right, let's talk about well, let's do the easiest thing first, and then we'll end up with our joint venture thing,
Sure.
and where we're both with that. Okay, so um, I have a lot of stuff. Elle can attest to that. She renting space with me. And I went from a 2,600 square foot home to 1,500 square foot. And, when my ex and I divorced back in 2020, and I got rid of a lot of stuff, but I still have a lot of stuff. So I've been slowly going through it, and I have one room which used to be it is the other bedroom. I was up there, but Levi has to be down here, so I moved us down here. That's going to be an exercise room eventually, but it's now a catch-all for all my crap. And I've been going through it, and I've been putting it off and putting it off. And I'm like chalking it up to like maybe my ADHD, maybe a little bit of autism I have in there. And I'm avoiding it because it's too overwhelming.
Yeah.
All right. And I definitely give credence to that, without question. So I've been giving myself some grace about it. But I'm like, okay, what is it really, Kathy? Is
Mm.
there more to it? It's more to it than that. That's such an easy little, oh, I have this, and this, right?
Be very surface with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I realized I was going to have to face the past that I thought was going to be my future, and it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Um, and
Mm.
the beautiful thing of it is that when I first got in there and started digging around and cleaning up, moving getting everything organized, got pictures on everything together. And one of the first pictures I picked up, it was a big size picture, and it was a picture of me with my ex, his best friend, and his best friend's fiance
Oh,
at the Maryland Renaissance Festival.
what?
And the cool thing of it is that, and I'm going to refer to her as old me,
Mm-hmm.
would have had like something would have flipped in my stomach or my heart, and I would have felt like a twinge or a trigger or something. I felt nothing.
Wow.
Wow,
Wow.
right. I was like, oh, I look good.
Oh, that. Oh, my goodness. Cat, that is the growth. Like just seeing that, just in the few years we've known each other, I know how you have had a reaction to those people.
Yeah. And I even looked at the two of them because they're flanking on the side. And I'm like, they look perfect together.
Wow, you have really gotten to a place. I am so proud of you, baby. Kudos to you.
Yeah. Yeah. And that just, and it kind of lines up with the whole the Black Sabbath. Ozzy Osbourne had his last performance last Saturday,
Yeah.
live performance on stage, and it was very emotional. I didn't watch the live broadcast, but it was such a special event that they created. That, of course, his wife Sharon and other people made happen to wave their magic wand and make shit happen because they're just magical that way. But it was very emotional because that particular band, especially Black Sabbath, is a generational band, and it means a lot. I mean, it was some of the first music I ever listened to other than the Beatles,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I have two older brothers, 8 and 7 years older than me. So it was when Sabbath came out, they were getting just at the age that they wanted to pick up instruments and start playing them. And my brother picked up the guitar, and my other brother picked up the drums, and they had a little band.
Right. Yeah.
So I grew up with that kind of stuff. So it's very nostalgic for me. So it kind of brought me back home. So while I'm cleaning up upstairs and realizing that I feel like I've jumped the timeline to where, yeah, that's my past,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not my past.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean.
You
It's
know
so.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, that emotional twinge is gone, and what a relief that is. It makes me feel like I could move forward. So it brings me to another thing that I keep putting off because you're afraid of, maybe it's we're afraid of our power. Because our first episode of Hippie Chicks, well, the first draft of it is done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and we got it almost 3 weeks on Tuesday. And I'm just now looking at it. Elle hasn't seen it
I
yet
haven't looked at it.
either.
Our editor was like, "Okay, take a look, give me some feedback," and we're both just like, and,
We both
and
froze.
but okay, so part of it, and you called this out, part of it is just watching ourselves on video. I do have a big problem with that. I like, I'm an actor, and this is what we do, but I'm just like, watching myself is so grueling. Even the episodes, I don't go back and watch. Like, I go back and look for comments and such, but I don't go back and watch, and I really should. You know,
You
um,
know what? Because it's going to teach us to stop criticizing ourselves.
that's it. That's it.
Because all we do is we look at ourselves and go, "Oh my God, my face looks so fat," or
Yeah.
"My hair looks awful," or "Oh,
And
my
that's not what we're
eye."
here for. That's not what we're here for. We're here to
No,
fight. And we do that, and we do that well. And that's what we need to embrace. So we're gonna make a conscious decision each week, if we can, to first we're gonna take a look at our actual episodes so we can get that up and running.
yeah, yeah, and then and get on a schedule with everything else because also according to my natal chart, and we should do a full chart for you, Al,
Yes,
just to
absolutely.
see what your Scooby Doo is. I have Jupiter in the seventh house, and even though it's retrograde, it's a lot. Seventh house is partnership, and mostly it'll indicate like romantic partnership, like a partner, a spouse, that kind of thing, but not always necessarily. It's partnerships, okay, and that could be a partnership with an audience.
Right. Yes.
Okay. So really, having Jupiter, and also it's in the sign of Leo. So that's all about being on the center stage in the spotlight. And so I think that that's a part of my calling, is to allow myself to be in the spotlight, to share what it is that I know, because my Cancer moon likes to hide in her crabby shell.
Mm. Yeah.
Right. So this is a big part of me moving out of wanting to hide.
Yes. Yes. Ooh. That is huge. That is
It
huge.
is very, very huge. Well, for the longest time, I never felt safe to,
Yeah, me either.
and the thing of it is that you would think that it's even less safe now because everybody feels emboldened to say whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
Right.
Uh,
But I'm at the point to where I don't give a fuck what they
right.
say.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, whatever. Have
It's
more
whatever.
power to you.
It's
Congratulations. Yeah.
You can feel how you want to feel. I mean, it doesn't change me. It doesn't change anything for me.
No, no, it really doesn't. It
Yeah.
really doesn't. Because I think we're coming to a point where we're really feeling people's intentions. And if intentions aren't good, then we're just not having anything to do with them. I'm not even going to engage. Why waste your time?
And I don't.
I
Yeah.
don't either.
Yeah. Not with any of that ignorance or that, the keyboard game, all that. So yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's getting burned out. It's kind of like, how when you peel out in a car and you burn the tires like that. You can only spin them so many times before the tire just blows up.
Exactly.
Right. And that's starting to happen because we've been burning those tires for the last 15 years. We've
Mhm.
been learning how to communicate globally with each other. And we communicate like toddlers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. God.
I mean, even I did in the very beginning. I totally got caught in. People would hurt my feelings, and oh my god! And I think about it, I can't believe, and I've lost friends and we would just be
Yeah. Yeah.
ugly with each other.
Yeah. We've grown, thankfully. Oh goodness. Because that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, of course you've got your trolls out there, but I think half the crap most people see it, or is purposeful propaganda to trigger people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it
It's
is.
just
Oh, there's
being manipulated.
yeah,
Yeah.
rage
And
bait.
it's not genuine people thinking that way.
Exactly. Exactly. There's a lot of that. And
Yes,
we have
there
to be able
is.
to separate. So
Because honestly, you and I come across quite a few people, in our work, and honestly, I can't think of one person that gives me the vibe that's trolly like some of the stuff you see on social media.
Oh, and I mean, I perform on stage in front of a crowd every single week, at least once a week, and
Right.
everyone is receiving the goodness that is there. We're making people laugh,
Yes.
and people every single time we take pictures at the end, selfies with audience members. They come up, they take pictures with this. You remember, Cat? You
Yes. Yes. Yes.
they always. No matter how good of a show we think we did, even if we think we bombed, because there've been a
They
couple of
still
shows
love you guys. They come for the interaction with
that
you.
do, and they're like, "Y'all were so great, thank you so much," and we're like, "Wow, you didn't notice when we messed up those lines, huh?"
You know what? Maybe they did and they don't care
Doesn't matter because the ultimate result was
because you're human.
yes, yes.
It brings out your humanness.
And I like more of that. You know how the bloopers, it kind
Oh,
so
they're funnier
they
sometimes,
are funnier, and it used to be so frowned upon, especially in comedy,
right?
for people to break. Those are my favorite bits to watch. Is when people are breaking themselves. That
Yes.
I love that.
I do too. I do too. And that's when you know that you're comfortable with your craft, that you can keep doing your thing. You could do that blooper, whatever, and then you can surf that wave and
Yeah,
take you somewhere different.
yeah. People are so critical of that too. They're like, it's unprofessional. No one is perfect.
You
We're
know what I say
all
to that?
right. That's an old way of thinking because look at how social media has us being more real these days. Everything is about the influencers, the people on TikTok,
Oh, right.
their life, a day in the life of the
I
story.
mean, what about those influencers or just the TikTokers? I don't even want to say influencers. They just want to give their 2 cents, and they're just sitting there eating their food
It's just them.
or
And I
putting
feel
on their makeup or
that
taking off their makeup.
right. That human component that you mentioned, that is what I see when I see these comedians breaking themselves or breaking each other when
Yes.
they're in sketches or in scenes together. It just gives that human component. And then to watch them get it back together and deliver the performance, that's
Yes.
professional.
It's
You know,
magical, and that's human interaction. And this is what we came here to do. We didn't come here to separate ourselves. We didn't come here to point fingers at each other and to say, "Oh, you're different." And say we have to all be the same. What the hell is that
that's
crap?
boring.
It is very boring, because I think where we're really from, it is like that. We come here for diversity,
Right.
right? Because it's coming from a different viewpoint, a different backstory, which gives everything a little bit of flavor, and then we mix it all together. It's just alchemy,
It is. It really is.
right?
And that's what
And
makes
that's the stage is alchemy, isn't it? When you guys work, and it's not just you guys working together. You're feeding off the audience's energy.
exactly because it's very interactive, as you know. It's almost
Yes.
a matter of fact. And I mean, there's there's no greater high for me than that. And I never thought I'd be doing comedy, right?
Oh,
But
right, right.
that has
Well,
become
here you are, but I don't see why not. I mean, because you're funny as hell.
funny. But to do comedy, I never thought of it. I don't know why, but
Ah, we have Gemini's joining us today,
hey,
so she's back to join the conversation.
there, Gemini.
Oh, I guess we're not on Facebook. I don't know what happened with that. Okay,
Oh,
that's not good. But we're on New Reality
yeah.
TV. It's all good. It's a good place to be.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we were talking about some big transformations in regards to self esteem, because when I work with my clients, the very first session, I like to get to know where their baseline is on the emotional scale, like the lower end of the scale. And if they were to break down how they're feeling into two simple adjectives, what would they be? Like I feel angry and lost, or I feel stuck and what worthless is a big one. Yeah, because the biggest core belief in our society is the belief I'm not enough.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not pretty enough or handsome enough, smart enough, rich enough, skinny enough, this or that enough. And it's all bullshit. It's all lies.
Oh man, we have to fight that. That's yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we do. So, a good way of doing that, other than hypnotherapy, because you're getting straight to where these beliefs are stuck in there, and half the time our beliefs are stuff we're not even aware of. It just seemed like benign stuff that was in our environment that just got slowly conditioned. Like
Right.
an example would be like the just the saying, money is the root of all evil, right? All right. Well, we know that isn't consciously, hey, who doesn't like money? We want to bring as much as we can, but that core belief got stuck in our subconscious mind,
And
and
it
now
got wrong because
and
that's
it's a
what,
belief.
what it is.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, and that's not even the full saying,
Yeah.
but the subconscious mind is like a bright 9-year-old. It takes everything literally at face value. And it's also a 3D printer, so it's going to print out what you program it with. So if it's programmed with money as the root of all evil, it creates a ceiling. And so you're only going to make so much money until you get into the realm of being evil, and then I work my ass off and I don't know why I can't make any
Look
more
at it.
money.
Yeah. Look at how limiting that is.
It's
That
incredibly limiting. So, yeah, it's reprogramming the supercomputer for your abundance, but you first got to find out where the malfunction is, where the corrupt file is, and
hmm
address it and kind of get with it. And there's so many wonderful, just easy, free exercises, like writing exercises and like automatic writing. Are you familiar with what that is?
automatic writing. No.
Automatic writing is when you put yourself in a light trance state, pen and paper in your hand typically, or you could type it, but I think pen and paper is better. And then you just start writing. You don't worry about grammar. You don't worry about what you're saying. And it's almost like, well, you're going to start channeling yourself at some point. Once you
Okay.
stop the gibberish and the I don't know what to write and blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, dear one, how are you? You're so beautiful. And it's like angels are talking to you.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing, and then you'll next thing you know, you start writing out, "Well, I have a fear of making too much money because I don't want that kind of responsibility." And you're like, "What the fuck is all that?" Yeah, it's kind of interesting. If you would like, we do an experiment at some point,
Yeah.
and maybe even record it for a hippie chick episode. I could put you in a light trance state, like maybe outside on a nice day, put you in a light trance state and just have you at it and just start writing something and see what
Love
comes
that.
out of it.
Yes. Let's do
I
that.
think that would be good.
Yeah.
So Gemini is listening to us from the UK. So there, it's probably hitting like what, like 10:30, so or something like that. She says being skinny is not beautiful as long as you have a good personality and good heart. Humble is what matters. Absolutely right. Yeah, because even if you're the most gorgeous person in the world, if you're a jerk, you're a jerk.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I came to realize that happiness looks really good on me. You know what I mean?
Me
I,
too.
I look
Me
however,
too.
but that happiness just shines. And
Yes.
right, Gemini, humility, authenticity, and just that love, just living in a place of love where we extend love to others. That is what makes us even more beautiful. And so
Yeah.
love that. Thank
Right. You're right. Well, and it's the lack of self love is the biggest cause of suffering on this
you.
planet.
Yes.
Right. And because our inner dialogue is just so cruel, we're criticizing, condemning, shaming, and guilting ourselves, and it doesn't work. It doesn't propel us out of what we don't want. It makes us feel worse because nobody responds well to a bully. Right. So it's funny though. Where do we learn that? Because babies aren't born hating themselves or anybody else, are they?
No.
No,
No.
we learn it. We learn it at home. We learn it at school. We learn it through what, society, right? My gosh, if you show any kind of self love or self care
Oh,
in
it's
school,
bragging.
yeah, you're full of yourself. You're
Yeah.
stuck up, or you're selfish,
Yeah.
and nobody wants to be perceived as that, right? Because it,
It's
it
not
ostracizes us from
right.
from the group, and that we can't have that happen. So it teaches us to put ourselves down and put ourselves last. And
Yeah.
that's causing so much suffering on this planet. No wonder there's such a loneliness epidemic because we're lonely within ourselves. But we're also taught to look outside of ourselves for
Mm,
everything,
we
aren't
are.
we?
Yes. And how many of us have had elders, parents, grandparents, whomever that will compare you? They do the comparison. And, some days my mom still does it, and it's, comparison is the thief of joy. It really is.
Yes, it is.
We're individuals, and there is so much more to us as individuals that we don't have to seek what someone else is or what someone else has to be whole. We can look
Yeah, and or seek their validation,
right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, we're taught as kids that what's in your head isn't real.
Oh my goodness. Yes. How about that?
That's just make believe. That's all in your head.
That's
That's not
all in your head.
real.
But what's in your head?
It is real. That's your inner dialogue. It teaches kids to discount their inner dialogue and put more credence in the parent, teacher, policeman, CEO, somebody in a big position. And even as adults, we have a tendency to do that.
Yeah.
And they're just people, for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there you see where there's a breakdown where everybody doubts themselves because
Yeah.
what's in your head isn't real. Well, yeah, that's the realest thing, isn't it?
Exactly. God.
It's super real. Gemini says it's coming up on 9:30 there in the UK.
Ah,
So yeah, so I hope you're enjoying your Friday evening, my dear, and have enjoyed the conversation here, as brief it is as it is, but we still got a couple more minutes to get here.
I have two great friends of mine that I've known for quite some time who live in the UK, Lily and Andrew. They're a couple. They're awesome.
Nice.
Uh,
Those are very British names too, Lily.
oh, okay, yeah. They're American, but they have been living in the UK for most of their adult lives since they've been married. And so,
Oh, sweet. That's wonderful. Well, Gemini, Elle and I are in Chesapeake, Virginia, which is in southeastern Virginia. We're on the coastline. And so, what part of UK are you viewing from, my dear? I wish this was like more real time, but
yeah.
it is. It is what it is. We're lucky to have this. And so grateful to be here. New reality TV is fantastic. And if you haven't checked out anything else in there, oh, please do. There's so much good content. The Skeptic Metaphysicians, love them. They're
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. They've been going strong for what, a good 5 years now. I want to say they actually interviewed me about 3 years ago, and that's audio only. I think I don't know if that comes up. It probably does. They probably put it up on New Reality.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they did. Yeah. Yeah.
She says she's Southeast London. Awesome. Well, I hope you had a beautiful day, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I know the weather can be iffy sometimes there, but it's getting warmer and warmer, isn't it? From what I hear, it's not as cold as it used to be. And same thing here. I mean, it's well, oh my God, a heat wave. We've been cresting 100 pretty much for 3 weeks straight, and usually that doesn't happen till August.
Yeah.
So we're way ahead of schedule with this. I mean, my tomatoes are already blooming, and that usually doesn't happen until August or the end of July. So, but aren't we close to the end of July? God, how time this year is flying by.
Bone. And the rain helped a bit, so it helped to cool things off, although it is really back hot and muggy today. And a friend of mine, Gail, lives in Arizona. It was 118 degrees.
No, thank you.
I know.
No,
It's not
I feel
like
sorry for those people. That's rough.
they don't they don't have the humidity we have here in coastal Virginia, but still
Right.
hot is hot. I'm like,
That's not fun.
yeah,
That's not good at all.
yeah.
None whatsoever. So, well, listen, you guys, remember, we are here every Friday, 4 o'clock. Next week, it may be a pre recorded because I'm going to be traveling to Maryland to go visit my brother and sister in law. And they are very private people and they're not really big on this happening. So Elle and I might pre record one the day before and we'll post that up for Friday. So it won't be live with the comments or anything. So we apologize for that, but we'll have a fun conversation nonetheless, and we'll include you in it. And if you do have questions, come back the following Friday because we will be live and we'll
Oh
be
yeah.
happy to answer them for you. So love you guys to pieces. Have a great week. And remember, always peace and love. Hey, it was Ringo Starr's 85th birthday this past
Oh, Ringo, my favorite
yeah,
Beatle.
yeah. So, peace and love, Gemini. See you next time.
See you
Come
next
back
time.
and visit us, girl. We love to talk to you. All right. So take care, you guys, and peace and love.
In love.